Welcome to another episode of Tips from the Swamp by Absolute Control Irrigation Specialists Incorporated. Today what we're going to be discussing and showing you is how to remove the internal assemblies from an Eagle 900 sprinkler using tools that were found in the local building center. One of those being an extended needle nose plier, the other a standard straight screwdriver. To service this unit, you need to be able to remove the internal assembly and the foot valve that controls the on and off from the solenoid assembly in the bottom of the case, both of which can be removed from the top of the case. Normally this unit would be in the ground, which means it's a little more stable. Here on the table, it will rock around a little, but we'll show you how to do this. First, we need to get the internal assembly out. To do that, we need to remove the retaining ring that holds it in place. And you'll notice that retaining ring is right here, and there is a notch on that retaining ring that allows you to put a screwdriver in it. I'm going to have to hold this unit and pry it out of the groove so that you can remove it and set it aside. That now releases the internal assembly. To get that out, you go in and you can catch a little bit there and make sure it's free to move. Grab the internal assembly with your hand and you should be able to pull it directly out. This way you can service this, or if it's faulty, you can replace it with a new or refurbished unit. The next thing we want to do is remove the foot valve, which is down in the bottom of this case. And to do that, you'll notice that there are two white snap rings that hold that foot valve into place. And they have little arms on them so you can squeeze them together and remove them. So we will take the extended nose pliers. We will reach down in the case, grab the first one, and you'll notice how we've grabbed it using these extended pieces so that they can be squeezed and removed. Next, we will remove the second snap ring by going into the case and again compressing it and removing it. Again, same type of situation. Now to get the foot valve out, which I don't know how well it shows down in there, there's a series of ribs on it. What you need to do is go in and get a good firm grip on one of those ribs and pull straight out. And the foot valve will come out using the long nose pliers. Now before we reassemble this, you want to look at the foot valve. On the foot valve, you want to make sure it's clear and clean. You also want to check right here, this little rubber seat, and make sure that it isn't dinged, torn, or damaged. If it is, you can remove it by unscrewing it here, flipping it over, screwing it back together, and reusing it. Or if you take it apart, you may have to replace it. Now to reinsert the foot valve, the first thing we have to do is look down inside this case. And you'll notice that there is a little brown tip that sticks up. Well, that tip has to mount so that the foot valve point here is mounted directly on that, so that all of the controls from the top will operate the foot valve. Also, there is a raised groove right here that allows you to attempt and help you line the foot valve up. To put the foot valve back in, again, make sure you have a firm grip, follow the guide in, and make sure that you seat the foot valve directly over the tip where it needs to be mount it. Once that's mounted in place, make sure it's firm. You can look and see down in the unit that it's located where it needs to be. Now we take the first snap ring, we compress it using our long nose pliers, we push it down in the unit, and we let it seat in its groove. Next, we need to put in the second snap ring, which when we put it in, we want to make sure that the areas you compress to get it out are on the opposite side from the first one. So once that's in place, you need to make sure that it locks down in the groove to retain the foot valve. Otherwise, it will not hold the foot valve in place and things will not operate correctly when you turn the water back on. Now we take the internal assembly, whether it's the same one or a replacement. If it was working, you can use the same one. If not, you will want to replace it. You insert that down into the case. Make sure it's all the way down. Then you take the retaining ring and you snap it in from one side so you can get it to snap around and lock in, just like that. And that's how you remove the internal assembly and foot valve from an Eagle 900 Rainbird rotor. I hope this has been interesting for you. I hope it's been informative. If you like this video, please mark it on the like box or the like indicator on the channel. And if you're interested in seeing other pieces of information that we have put on YouTube, subscribe to Absolute Control. And any new videos that come up, you'll get early warnings that they are there for you to observe. If you have any other questions or would like any other information, please contact us at Absolute Control Irrigation Specialists Incorporated. You can go to our website to find out our contact information or email us. The website, absolute-control.com. Thank you and have a good day.